Welcome everyone. I hope you must stay safe and stay healthy. So let's start today's fact. Today we are talking about what is a cold-blooded animal. A cold-blooded animal or ecotherm is one that does not have an internal mechanism for regulating its body temperature. Instead, a cold-blooded animal relies on solar energy captured by the environment. Reptiles, amphibians, and fish are examples of cold-blooded animals. Reptiles. Reptiles will often sun themselves on rock to absorb heat. The heat raises the metabolism of the reptiles, which results in an active period. If the weather is too warm, a reptile might bury itself in sand or shade in a hollow or some other cool shelter. In this way, the cold-blooded animal's behavioral instigation keep its body temperature within the proper range. As ambient temperature drops, the animal's metabolism slows to conserve energy. Fish and amphibians. Relative to their environments, amphibians and fish have similar behaviors. A frog that gets too warm on the muddy banks of a river will either bury itself in the soft earth or seek a cooler spot in the water. Fish will change depths to regulate their temperature, seeking either cooler, deeper water or warm water that is closer to the surface. Energy requirements. A cold-blooded animal does not use internally generated energy to regulate its body temperature. So it requires far less energy than warm-blooded animals or endotherms. Warm-blooded animals such as blooded animals, mammals, and birds have internal mechanisms that maintain their body temperature within a certain range, regardless of that ambient temperature of surroundings. This self-regulation requires vast amounts of energy that is obtained through frequent meals. A cold-blooded animal does not need to eat as often and might eat one meal every few weeks. As a result, cold-blooded animals are able to thrive in remote areas such as small islands and deserts where food is too scarce to support warm-blooded animals. Brain power. The brains of cold-blooded animals tend to be less complex and use less energy. At one time, it was assumed dinosaurs were slow-moving, dim-witted, cold-blooded animals. More recent research indicates that many species of dinosaurs, such as the Triposaurus rex, were filled of food and quite intelligent, leading some scientists that dinosaurs were warm-blooded. The case of the wood tree frog. Cold-blooded animals can do some unusual things as a result of their psychology. For example, in winter, a wood tree frog will bury itself under dirt or levels and freeze virtually soiled with the soil. Its heart and brain functions cases and the eyes of the frog turn milky white. It appears to be as soiled as an ice cube. But when the temperature warms, the frog comes back to life as it thaws. The frog's brain and heart kick back into jump started the rest of its body, and eventually it is able to hop away. Research shows that searches that the frog consumes just before the stasis period are convinced to glucose or blood sugar. This makes it more difficult for the fluid in the cells of the frog to circulate, so it attacks like a kind of biological antifreeze. The wood frog cells never fully freeze, so it is able to thaw without damage. Estivation. Other species of frogs survive months of drought by burying themselves and entering a state known as estivation or estivation, then surfacing when the rains come. Although they lie completely dormant for months, these animals do not lose muscle mass. Scientists believe that a greater understanding of this ability could lead to applications in the areas of healthcare and space travel. So that's all for today. Goodbye everyone. Have a good day ahead.